Hello, and welcome to Omen Exitio Plague. I don't know how to pronounce that second word, but hey, it seems like this is like a fun text-based game that is very heavily inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. And you know what? That sounded very cool to me, so we are playing it. It was on a sale on Switch like some weeks ago, and it was like dirt cheap, so I had to try. It looked interesting, so we're just starting up a new game and the beginning of a journey. And not sure what to do. Do I just press any buttons? Oh, you are accompanied by the sounds of a rigging rustling in the wind and the swelling of the wave as you stroll along the ship's deck. Its rocking evokes a slight sense of nausea, the wood groaning faintly with your every step, as if something inside wanted to scream, but didn't quite have the energy. Okay, we're on a ship. That's nice. Are we heading off towards, what's the mining town called? Darkwater? No. Oh, fuck. Innsmouth. Can't remember shit anymore. A long journey. Your ship is headed for Zanzibar. How long have you been at sea? You cannot even remember. The days follow one another, never changing. It feels like living in an endless haze, dazed and captured by the outline of those unknown waters. But all in all, you don't mind the feeling. After all, you are here to forget. Oh, we are a character escaping from somewhere, I'm guessing. Your name is Jack. Oops, that was my PC popping up there. I'm just gonna put that on silence. Sorry about that. Your name is Jack Huntington. You are a doctor, a researcher, or at least you are proud to call yourself one before your entire world crumbled around you. You've always fought to save people's lives, but now you face a different battle where you have to kill. Such is the irony of fate. You enlisted in order to escape from yourself, and above all else, from the pain. You look out to the sea, wondering whether this ship can carry you far enough. Damn, we are playing some mopey ass dude. Alright. Reality seems suspended during sea travel. Time loses all meaning and extends infinitely. I don't know that word. Just like the blue expanse spread out before you. Day after day, you've been watching the horizon ahead, bubbling up and down. When? It says, Jake, remind me again why we are here. It feels like all this water has wiped my memory clean. Are we in some magic water parts of the ocean? The voice belongs to Ed O'Bannon, a blonde Irish boy. He can't be much older than 16, and just like every other evening, he had dropped too much to drink. Yet he blames the long voyage for his memory lapse. Should we indulge him or ignore him? Speak with Ed. You don't feel lost my target. It's late, and you'd rather go back below deck. Ignore is probably what I would do. Who do I play? Do I play like a kind person, or do I play myself? Like, I would ignore it, to be honest. I don't feel like talking. Leave me alone, Ed. We'll talk when you're sobered up. Sing with me, Jack! Just tonight! Oh, and he is 16. Sing with me, Jack! I don't know. Maybe he hasn't hit puberty yet. With these words, you leave Ed to his goddamned Irish drinking songs, and you head below deck. It's time to sleep. Oh, those goddamn Irish drinking songs. Damn. We are on the party, boy. Well, I guess I'm not. You're lying in your bunk, and just like every other night for the best part of a year, you're having a hard time falling asleep. I know that feeling, son. You toss and turn in your sweat-soaked sheets until... Jake, are you asleep? It's Ryan Vespucci, the man in the bunk next to yours. He's an assistant cook hailing from Italy. Suddenly, you remember that tomorrow is your turn in the ship's mess. And you know what? Let's listen to Ryan. That's at least a little nice. What is it, Ryan? I left you a list of the provisions we need at the gallery. That's not good. That's not gonna fly. That attempt at an accent. Really bad attempt. I want to talk to you about something else as well. I've been hearing rumors among the soldiers, but maybe we should discuss the matter tomorrow. Good night, Jake. The dome is filled with heavy breathing and the loud snoring of your companions. Apparently everyone is sleeping soundly except for you. Turning over in your bed, you found the note Ryan left you under your pillow. Alright, that's That we gotta read. The candlelight flickers in the dark and the words come to life and dance before your eyes. While your pupils get used to the faint light of the wavering flame. Jake, you think you joined the army to atone for your sins, but you're mistaken. You're not headed for Zanzibar by chance. What you'll see over there will change you. Perceptibly, so much that you will turn to your old profession once again, and during this journey you will discover that you have a friend. Aww, Ryan is a nice guy. That is awesome. Well, it's not Ryan's list. You wonder whether it's just an odd prank by your fellow soldiers, but it seems too clever for them. Oh, so it's not Ryan. Oh well. Oh well. While considering several theories, you finally slip into slumbers, gently rocked by the waves. It won't be long until the landing, but this doesn't mean you can escape kitchen duty. Ryan hands you a bag of potatoes to peel while he starts working on a bunch of carrots, slicing them with a skill and accuracy which is second to none. Yeah, this English language thing is not my expertise. So, fuck me. Better than anyone you have ever seen. I'm here because you really want to be a soldier and other reasons. How long have you been in the army? Yeah, let's ask that, just be nice. Not a long time, really, but longer than you, I bet. You're right. Actually, this voyage is pretty much the entirety of my military career. Don't worry, just stick with me and the Irish fool O'Bannon and you'll see it's not too bad. O'Bannon is like 16. What can he teach me? Like, I don't know how old I am, but I'm a doctor? Was I not? I can't remember what. I think I was a doctor. Fuck it. Shouts coming from the deck interrupts your chattering. Land ahoy! You hurry up and carry out your task before landing. Oh, nice bell. A Zanzibar port is a racket. Sailors yell in a wide variety of accents while goods are unloaded onto the docks, piling up on small mountains of crates. You on the deck observing the slowly approaching shapes of Stone Town. Really original name. Soon at last you'll be once again set foot on solid ground. You're granted some free time, so you treat yourself to a stroll around town. You're walking along the quarry when a beggar approaches you. God damn, they're just everywhere. I'm kidding. We gotta help everyone who is having a rough time. His rough hooded tunic covers his, even though I don't. His rough hooded tunic covers his face. He reeks and walks with a limp, leaning heavily on a stick. Even though you don't understand what he's saying, you understand from his gesture he's asking for charity. I mean, I'm not giving him my money in real life, so I'm just, yeah, why not? You hand out a coin to the beggar, and as he reaches out to grab it, you notice a tattoo on the inside of his wrist. You only get a glimpse of it, but it strikes you with its peculiarity. The symbol shape reminds you of an eye. The beggar tries to get your attention and follows you. He grabs your shirt, forcing you to stop. He slips his hand into your pocket and then suddenly starts running. His apparent disability has gone and he's no longer limping. Oh, fuck me! You let him go? How much did it take? Like, okay, this is not cool. We're chasing the bastard. The beggar runs along the dock as nimble as an acrobat. Fuck that little prick. Okay, I take that back. Don't be nice to people in distress or whatever. Just kick them. When two sailors carrying some bulky crates pop out in front of him, he vaults clear over them as easily as if he was stepping over them. The sailors stop to yell at him, dropping the crates and blocking your path. Go around or clear the way. You ignore the men and go around the crates. Let's just do that. You swerve, I don't know the word, right and sprint past the obstacles, ignoring the men and running straight towards the beggar. When the thief realizes you are still chasing him, he jumps onto the small boats moored in a row in the harbor. He hops effortlessly from one boat to the next in spite of their movement and quickly gets away. Before doing the chase, you will make sure that he's actually stolen something valuable. I mean, should I do that? No, you fuck that. We just jump. Like, you don't put your hand down in my pocket unless you are up to something. Working up the courage, you continue the chase, hopping onto the moored boats. You manage to keep your balance, but after a couple of rather hasty jumps, you have to stop and slow down, or you'll fall into the water. The thief, however, has landed on an occupied boat, and the fisherman on the board has caught him by the foot in a bid to stop him. You must take advantage of it to catch up. You speed up at the cost of ending up into the water. You advance cautiously, taking advantage of the future struggles. You know what? Let's just hurry the fuck up. You keep jumping from boat to boat. Suddenly, the vessel below you pitches, hit by an unusually large wave. You freeze for a moment, but you manage to keep. Yes, we managed to keep our balance and jump onto the next boat. The thief is almost within reach, with only one boat between you. You see. Oh, I hear water. You see the beggar wriggling out of the fisherman's hold before hitting him square in the face with a punch that sends one of his teeth flying into the air and him straight into the brine. You try and tackle him, but this time the sea's motion betrays you, and you and the thief leave in the same moment, and the boat sway one time too many. You realize too late that the trajectory you plotted won't be enough to reach the edge of the next vessel. You crash into the unyielding wood of the fishing boat and end up in the water. When you emerge alongside the injured fisherman who's cursing and calling for help, the thief is on the dock again. That fucking bastard. Maybe he hasn't stolen anything. Maybe he just, I don't know, left us something in his pocket, like just dog turd or something. Total prick. You see him in the distance, vanishing into the crowd. You slowly swim to the dock and get out of the water. You check your pockets. The only thing missing is the strange message you found in... What? The strange message I found on Ryan's list. Why did the man steal it? He probably thought it was money. Interesting, but then we have chased that little bastard everywhere just to realize that he hasn't stolen anything. Okay, so I haven't even checked anything out. This is like my map, apparently. And what is this? This is items and people I know. I don't know. Oops, don't know that many. Mysterious tattoo. Okay. And the last thing is my profile. Cool. I am Jake Huntington. And we are healthy. Oh, I don't have any. No. Okay, and this is me apparently. Okay, let's get back to the game. There we go. You see him in the distance, venture to the crowd. You slowly swim to the dock and get out of the water. Oh, wrong button. You check your pocket. Oh, I have been there. You're still confused about what just happened when Ryan approaches you on the dock. Jake, the hell you doing? Leave's over. We've been called to muster. You follow the half-Italian to the dock of your ship. The troop is examined and soon makes its way to the headquarters. You march with your squadron you were assigned to. Lost in your thoughts, you expected an entirely different welcome from Zanzibar. Alright. With sweat and blood. I guess this was the prologue, and this is now the first chapter, perhaps. I don't know. Smith, wake up! Everyone on the feet! Quick! You open your eye, followed by the other. You feel the slow swaying of the sea and the peculiar smell of the ship. Something like unwashed bodies and acids, acrid, I don't know, salt which prickles your nostrils, but it's just for a moment, and within seconds you are on your feet. It's Smith, the captain of the troops, who is yelling at you in the early morning. O'Bannon groans, and he is still not up, and luckily the captain is unaware of it. The cries of Captain Smith could sink a battleship on its own. And you help O'Bannon get on his feet. We already captain. Let's help O'Bannon. Like, he's a drunk. Let's just be nice. Come on, O'Bannon, stop dreaming about whiskey bottles and get a move on. I'm awake. Your Irish friend, whiny character, reminds you of a child who doesn't want to go to school. I also know that feeling. Not even my mom was this annoying. O'Bannon mumbles with some incomprehensible words, and with considerable effort he gets to his feet, wobbling. It seems he's still drunk from last night. You better keep an eye on him to prevent him from getting a severe scolding and a flagrant punishment. You're outside waiting for the training to start. O'Bannon is next to you, still sleepy. After weeks of travel, Smith fears you have all gone soft. Looking at the men in your row, the doubt seems to be entirely valid. You can see the disorientation with a big O for some reason, and lack of sleep on their faces. The air is filled with sand, and your boots sink into the mud. The view is desolate, except for some isolated shacks. Sorry about that. Smith is explaining the details of this morning's training with a cracked, rasping voice. You are distracted by the view, the weariness from the journey makes his speech hard to follow, and you end up missing parts of it. But you are sure you are not the only one. No one can get used to this new situation due to the brevity of the captain's speech. You hesitate for a moment, but Smith breaks the silence with an unyielding command shouted aloud. Come on, move, ladies, until you're all well awake. Okay, what do you do? Okay, I get one observation if I lead. You put yourself in the lead of the group, you want to take control of the pace. Okay, you stay next to O'Bannon, try to help him. Get one fighting, you try to surpass all others, you want to prove yourself. Get one medicine, you follow Ryan who is running at a regular pace, you don't want to get too tired too soon. What do I want? Speechcraft. I always like to talk my way out of situations, so I'm just gonna help O'Bannon. O'Bannon limps at the back of the group. Ed, you better pull yourself together quickly, or be in trouble. Don't worry, Jake. If I don't collapse gasping for breath, this race will get rid of the hangover. Once you arrive at the training ground, you must crawl through the mud and overcome several grueling obstacles. Climbing walls, barbed wires, and thick tires. This time, no one waits for Smith to start barking orders, and you all dive onto the ground for the next exercise. You take a breather to see how O'Bannon is getting along. In his current condition, you are worried he'll end up sinking into the mud and suffocate. Your concern turns out to be well founded. You see O'Bannon trying to slip out to catch his breath. Unfortunately, he ends up lying down with his face right in the muck in the middle of the training path. O'Bannon, come on. O'Bannon, keep doing that. I want to put you in isolation. Good job, Vespucci. Huntington, you need to work harder. Smith surely isn't generous with his encouragement. You try to clean yourself up as fast as possible. Your clothes are wet and heavy, not exactly ideal for your next task. Climbing a palm tree as quickly as possible. Picking a coconut and climbing back down, preferably in one piece. Okay, get one medicine. You start by breathing deeply and monitoring your heartbeat. You carefully try to climb the palm tree using the right footing. Captain, O'Bannon is not feeling well. I ask permission to take care of him. You use your agility to reach the top as quickly as possible. Should I just go all in for my speechcraft? Like, get as much speechcraft as I can, or do I want to like spread myself out? You know what? Agility. Let's try. You are fast, but hastiness has its risk. Your feet miss the footholds twice, leaving you hanging by your arms. It's not an easy task, but your stubbornness rewards you, and you grasp your spherical trophy. It's time for the gun test. Smith examines you quickly with grave glance, while the soldier hands you a rifle. This task is simple. You need to hit the target. Thoughtful. You shoot with your rifle, then encourage O'Bannon to imitate you, trying to be convincing. Disciplined. Before shooting, you check every part of the rifle to ensure it works perfectly. Calm. You are nervous and your hands are shaking. You try to relax before shooting. Confident. You shoot without overthinking. Either disciplined or confident. Like, I would probably just be confident and just shoot and don't care if I hit. I'm gonna be confident. You take position, aim, and shoot, trying to be more of a machine than a man. Your shot almost hits the bullseye, less than an inch away from the center. Great shot, Huntington! Way, we got praise from Smith. After shooting range, Smith takes you to a large, flat, dusty area. In front of you, there are a series of worn-out cannons. Smith wastes no time in pairing off the men to corroborate in both the maintenance and the actual use of the cannons. He probably wants to test your teamwork skills. You find yourself paired with O'Bannon, who joyfully comes to you, stumbling a bit. Oh boy. You force O'Bannon to stay quiet. You'll manage the shooting by yourself. You observe how your comrades work. You want to improve your technique and have a better result. You carry out the task trying to prevent O'Bannon from helping you too much. You press O'Bannon into helping you. Oh, what do we do? Oops. Again, let's get an observation. Why not? You carefully watch the others pairs busy with their cannons. O'Bannon is too preoccupied with the headache to help you much. You mimic two skilled soldiers, and all in all, you manage to shoot decently. Smith is not satisfied at all, and he sharply explained to your next text, it's time to practice hand-to-hand combat. Naturally, you're paired with O'Bannon. You look at your partner, assessing his state. He's still a bit dazed, but at least he's standing and seems a little more aware, so you can sit to carry out the task. You decide to distract O'Bannon. You try to strike O'Bannon to stun him without hurting him too much. You attack without giving O'Bannon the time to respond. You block and dodge O'Bannon's blows. You know what? Let's be nice. I don't want to hit a guy who is hungover, man. Like, that's not cool. Let's just be defensive. You fight defensively to study your enemy's behavior while you block and dodge his attack. He is a bit clumsy, but his blows are not light. You quickly identify some faults in his guard, and then the best opportunity, you knock him down with a couple of blows. Smith stares at you for a couple of seconds, then he mumbles something, but seems pleased. He orders you to get started on the next task. Once again, you are to practice hand-to-hand combat, but this time your opponent is Vespucci. Vespucci! I don't know how to pronounce that fucking name. You look at him, he smiles, and you both know he's stronger than you. Oh, that's not good. He's stronger than me, so how do I do this? Careful. Try to limit the damage, raising your hands to protect the most vulnerable parts of the body. Analyze. Try to buy time in order to find a fault in his guard. Focus on dodging his blow. Try not to give him the time to attack you. I'm gonna do that. Without losing time, you charge towards Vespucci, beating him with your fist. Your rain punches down on his body. You don't want him to counterattack. He's taken by surprise, but managed to hit you a couple of times. These blows hurt. The Italian don't mess around, and it hits hard. But you keep fighting until eventually knock him down. Damn, boy, we are getting good at this. As your comrade brushes off the dust of his trousers, you hold up your hand with a smile. Ryan smiles back, takes your hand, and gets up, congratulating you on a good fight. Smith continues relentlessly shouting orders. You pick up all the equipment, the backpack and the training rifle. It seems that the captain wants you to be full of adrenaline for the combat simulation, so you don't do anything back. So don't hold anything back. He forces you to run right through the jungle to reach your next destination. Damn, I feel like I'm reading a lot. Okay. We have a choice. You glance on Brian and notice his arms bleeding. Oh fuck! What did you do, you prick? Stop and help him. Follow your orders. Let's help him. Why not? Wait, Ed, what happened there? You point at the trace of blood as his hand. O'Bannon shrugs to minimize his injuries, and you answers with a smirk, gesturing at him to come towards you. You try to patch him as best as you can. You look after his injury later with greater care. I had to stop you. Got hurt during the fight. Medicate. You wash the wounds and bandage it. Yeah, wise. Let's do that. Come here, Ed. As slow as you are, you will be last anyway. O'Bannon mumbles and smirks, but he gives you his arms. You lift his sleeve and check the wound. It's not too bad, but it may get infected here in the dirt. You clean it up with your canteen water and rub it around with a handkerchief. When the training is over, you will take another look at it. You and O'Bannon are the last to reach Captain Smith's prearranged spot. Both panting are red-faced. You're welcomed by a barrage of insult, which Smith gives you both with equal parts of saliva and venom. Oh, love those types. The squadron moves on together, but without you, O'Bannon and Vespucci. You fell behind to deal with your friend's wound, and the Italian wanted to assist you. He's always ready to help. I'm starting to like Ryan. Ed is immediately taken to the headquarters in order for his wound to be searched. You wonder whether you should follow him and perform the task yourself, or leave him in the hands of another doctor and go on with the training. Oh yeah, we are doctor. I mean, let's just trust that another doctor can take care of him. He's 16, so almost an adult, almost, not quite. You two notice Sergeant talking to you, and Vespucci moved forward silently to listen in. First Sergeant, this is a very realistic battle simulation. Second Sergeant, keep it to yourself, but I heard that it will soon be heading into action. The political... sorry about that. Just got a bit aired. I wanted to come up again. We'll soon be heading into action. The political situation here is unstable. You look at Vespucci just next to you. He gravely nods. This rumor has been spreading amongst the men for a while. Hearing it from all the officers doesn't comfort me at all. I can understand that. Now it's time to the last part of the training. Teamwork. The troop stops near an abandoned fortress and the two groups are ordered to get into formation. One will attack the walls, the other will handle the artillery, either bombarding the weak walls of the fort or providing cover for the frontline soldiers. So I can either attack or handle the artillery. Let's handle the artillery. Orders are clear, you have to take the fort quickly as possible while trying to limit the enemy's counterattack. And you must decide which strategy to use. Protect or attack. Protect or attack. Let's attack. These are intense moments, filled with shouts, blast and dust. The simulated battle seems quite real. The day is now coming to an end, and the mock attack on the fort has been carried out. The men are all exhausted, yourself included. I'm proud of you all. Today you made a real effort. Tomorrow we could even go on the attack, but for now it's time to rest and refresh ourselves. The day's light has almost disappeared below the horizon when the captain brings the soldiers back together and has an important message for all the men. He's not yet started to talk, he is waiting for everyone to sit down, but you can feel something serious. Tension is filling the air. Damn, are we going to battle? Sorry if I'm starting to read slow, I'm getting a bit dry in my throat, but I don't think I'm playing for that much longer. I hope I can play the end of this chapter, but we'll see. Smith. The pro-British Sultan Hamad bin Thani, ruler of Zanzibar, died on the day of your arrival on this island, and Khalid, an illegitimate ruler, has since taken his place. An ultimatum has been sent to Khalid requesting that he abdicate peacefully. The ultimatum will expire tomorrow morning. Okay. You got 4 experience points. Nice! Your squadron is lined up in the courtyard and the headquarters. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, but this time everyone is wide awake. You're ready to set off for the Sultan's palace. Looking around you, as you can see the anxiety in the faces of your fellow soldiers. Yeah. Alright, I've got some experience points, which means I can use them somewhere. Alright. Okay, so I can see already now I have increased my fighting and observation and medicine. No, not medicine. Medicine is the only one I haven't increased. But now I have some experience, so I can... Oh, I can only do it manually for medicine. Because every time I increase one of the others, the experience cost is gonna be higher. You know what, I'm just gonna do this. There we go. Just gotta press the right button and go back again. There we go. The time given for the ultimatum is almost up. The British forces is composed of various ships with around 1,000 men, but the Sultan's army should not be underestimated. Between his most loyal men and the soldiers subdued to his will, the prince has gathered a small army, certainly enough to propose a threat. The reason for Smith's urgency in training his men, with all those hours crawling in the mud and climbing palm trees, is now clear. He was figuring out how to prepare for his soldiers, how prepared his soldiers were, rather than just training the new recruits. Khalid granted time has almost run out, and the Rear Admiral Harry Lawson, who is on board on the St. George, notifies the men to stand by for the attack. You don't know him well, but you have heard he is intolerant of anyone who fights under any banner but his. It's General Lloyd Matthew who begins the attack, ordering his men to open fire upon the Prince's palace. Well known for his extraordinary willpower and determination, Matthew has just one goal in his fight: unseat the usurper as quickly as possible. Even Smith seems intimidated by the figure of Zanzibar Prime Minister General Matthew, and nervously commands his troops to move forward to the palace. He warns a reconnaissance group to avoid ambushes and look for the best point to strike. Okay, how do we do this? Offer to go on the reconnaissance on the dock, the gardens, or wait? You know what, I'm gonna wait for further orders. After command has issued its orders to Smith, he reflects on possible strategies. He then organizes 2 groups and decides to put you in the one heading to the Sultan's gardens. Despite the ferocity of your attack, with the British ships bombarding the brittle walls and the ground forces attacking tirelessly, a group of the Sultan's soldiers remain unhurt inside the palace gardens. They are shooting machine guns and artillery to hold their position. You manage to sneak in behind your enemies. The situation is clear. The Sultan's loyal men are barricaded inside the gardens. which are naturally trenches, and they are firing at anyone who moves towards them. If you don't intervene, your men, being a significant disadvantage, will be decimated. You need to neutralize them. Lay low, try to sneak forward to have an easier shot. Try to provide cover fire while your men advance towards the enemy. We have a high fighting, don't we? I think actually I have equally high agility and fighting, but I'm gonna try fighting. And I succeed! Nice. The crackle of gunfire starts to quicken and continues uninterrupted for several moments, drowning out both battle cries and the screams of pain. You try to kill each enemy in your line of fire, keeping an eye on the rest of your group while it gets nearer to the heart of the garden. Your strategy rewards you, as soon as your allies get to the enemy's position, you leave your cover and join them to finish the job, annihilating the remaining resistance. When the noise ceases and the gunpowder smoke clears, you see that your attack has been successful. Your enemy's army is halved. With terrified shouts in the native language, the remaining enemies scatter frantically like frightened rats. You can't let them escape, so you arrange a counterattack. You order the men to intercept the survivors and prevent them from reconnaissance because you exploit your enemy's survival instinct, trying to persuade them to surrender. Okay, this is interesting. I think I will try to persuade. No need to kill people who are trying to escape. And we are successful. Surrender! You're outnumbered, and if you keep fighting, you'll only end up as a useless bloodbath. We are not here to exterminate you. The Sultan's guards stand still, exchange tense looks. Slowly, they put down their weapons and lift their arms in surrender. Nice. We are awesome. Your men take them prisoner. You manage to carry out the battle without losses or spilling a single drop of blood. See, that's how battle is supposed to be fought. Come on, boys! The war for the Sultan's palace has turned out to be a surprisingly short-lived affair. After only 45 minutes of steady cannon fire, the British army has forced the Sultan and his men to surrender. Despite the brevity of the battle, you are happy with yourself and how you managed to contribute to the victory at the end of the fight. While he addresses the troops, Smith unexpectedly addresses you in front of the other men. Huntington, you did well in the battle. I didn't know you were a leader. Neither did I. Dude, neither did I. Let's continue. You head towards the headquarters with your troops. You walk away from where the fight took place and turn to look at the Sultan's palace. We're still surrounded by smoke from the battle. The ruins collapse in upon themselves, causing clouds of sand and dirt, while you see the British ship in the distance peacefully sailing away in the background. You fell behind the rest of the troop. The rest of the troop are now far ahead. You speed up to reach them, and then an elegantly dressed man approaches you on the street. The stranger takes his hat off in greeting and speaks to you with a German accent. German? The fuck are you from, dude? Germany, of course, but what are you doing here? Mr. Huntington, could I trouble you for... That's not German accent, I'm sorry. Mr. Huntington, could I trouble you for a moment of your time? You're confused. You've never seen this man before? So as far as you can recall, you stop on the street staring at him without uttering a single word, while the crowd seems to distance itself from around you, as if they were trying to avoid the embarrassment of an uncertain situation. Finally, your mind managed to find a concrete answer while your mysterious interlocutor waits with great patience with his hat held to his chest. And you know what? I am gonna call this Let's Play here. I'm not gonna play to the end of this chapter. I don't know how long we are from it. But it's a little short Let's Play, at least according to what I usually do, because there's a lot of reading in this one and I'm getting a bit sore in my throat. So yeah, I probably should have gotten myself a beer, but I didn't think that far ahead. Fuck it. This seems like a very interesting game. It's maybe not the longest game in the world. I don't think it is. Like when I look at my my experience points or whatever they're called, like skill, I'm already filling them up quite nicely. And so yeah, maybe this is just a game where you can go back and change some things and the outcome will be different, like multiple choices. I don't know. Yeah. I enjoyed this so far. It's like not a game, type of game I play that often, but I do enjoy them when I do get to it. We haven't really gotten to any H.P. Lovecraft-y situation, so hey, who knows? what this game will bring. But hey, I enjoyed it so far, and if you've been sticking through the bad English, you're a real hero. Thanks for watching, and take care.